This is ANN News Brief.
Good afternoon. I'm Lucy Adeyemi. The Zimbabwe Association of Doctors for Human Rights says it has treated 68 cases of gunshot wounds during the protests that have taken over the country. The doctors group says more than 100 other cases of assault with sharp objects, booted feet, baton sticks, and more have been recorded during the demonstrations. The group's reports also said there have been other cases of police dog bites and alleged dragging of patients to court with life-threatening conditions. Protests against what is now the worst, most expensive gasoline has crippled Zimbabwe for days. The government has blamed the opposition for the unrest and says more than 600 protesters have been arrested. Meanwhile, the U.S. Embassy in Zimbabwe says it is alarmed by the credible report that security forces are targeting and beating activists and labor leaders. The U.S. statement on Thursday also urges Zimbabwe's government to restore access to social media as the country faces its worst unrest since deadly post-election violence in August. Parents of Jason Spindler, an American killed in Tuesday's Nairobi hotel attack, say he was living in Kenya helping entrepreneurs in developing countries grow their businesses. 40-year-old Spindler was among more than 20 others whom Kenyan authorities say were killed when Al-Shabaab armed men stormed a hotel in Nairobi's Westlands area. Spindler was the founder and managing director of IDEB International, a San Francisco-based strategy and investment advisory company with an office in Nairobi. Spindler had been living in Nairobi for 3 years and had often visited the multi-use facilities that housed the hotel to have lunch and relax in the garden. His body was later found in a cafe located within the gated complex. Spindler had barely missed the 9/11 terror attack in New York's World Trade Center where he worked in 1991. He was late for work on that day. He was not as fortunate on Tuesday. Stay with us. We'll be back after this short break.
This used to be me. But that was before I got the perfect bag. It's handy and easy to use. All I need in one compact space, just like my MTN Extra Value plan. I used to get one plan for my calls and then try to remember which data plan worked for me. Roaming was a totally different ballgame. Not anymore. I've got the MTN Extra Value all-in-one plan. If you're a data buff like me, you get extra data with some talk time. And if you like to make calls, you get extra talk time with some data. And when I'm abroad, I automatically browse, chat, and call right on the same plan. MTN Extra Value was made just for me.
More of data or calls, whichever one you prefer. MTN Extra Value is made just for you.
Ethiopian troops have launched operations against members of a rebel group, the Oromo Liberation Front, that signed an agreement with the government last year to end hostilities. Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed's press secretary said the offensive was taking place in the province's Kalem-Walega zone, where she said OLF training sites were based. She denied media reports of airstrikes, saying helicopters were only used to transport soldiers. She accused the group of carrying out attacks that included rape, bank robberies, and blockades of highways that caused a lot of displacement in part of the Oromia region. The Oromo Liberation Front, OLF, has fought an insurgency for self-determination for ethnic Oromos, the country's most populous ethnic group since the 1970s. That's ANN News Brief. Thanks for watching. For details on these and other stories, visit our website, nnafrica.net. Also join the conversation on Facebook, facebook.com/ANNAfricaTV, Instagram and Twitter at ANNAfricaTV. I'm Lucy Adeyemi.